What's up, guys? A few weeks ago I uploaded a video on how to become a millionaire in Vietnam. So you want to know how to become a millionaire very quickly, right? If you haven't watched this video already, I suggest you to click right here or to find the link in the description below and watch that video before watching this one. Otherwise, this video is not going to make much sense to you. Plus, I think it's a fun video. It's probably one of my best. Well, in my opinion. Now, while this video was quite short compared to my usual vlogs, it was much more complicated to make because it involved different components, people, and different locations. Plus, I had some technical issues. Now, this is not really the type of video I usually share on this channel, but the making of this video was interesting and I thought I could share some behind the scenes moments and anecdotes. Starting with the intro, I wanted to find a place that's kind of dark and sketchy, some place that you wouldn't expect to find financial advice or someone telling you on how to become a millionaire. Probably more the spot you'd expect to find like a drug dealer or some kind of F-tier pimp or something. The first place I went to shoot this intro was perfect. Well, I thought it was, but I had to kind of attach my camera to some piece of metal on the wall in a dark alley, and for some reason, probably because of the low light, the focus of the camera wouldn't stay on my face. It kept going in and out, and I only figured it out like after when I was looking at my footage. And it's really unfortunate because I thought like the location and the composition of the shot and even like the timing of things happening around me was perfect. Check this out. Alright, so you want to know how to become a millionaire in less than an hour, right? I'll tell you, but you have to promise me that you don't start telling everybody. The government and the banks are going to get involved and it's not going to work anymore. So before we go to the ATM and actually show you how to do it, there are 3 things that you need to know. Talk about timing, right? Like the old woman walking by with their baskets of fruits and the old man like suddenly coming out to check out what's going on. I just thought it added some realness to the scene, you know? But the focus coming in and out was really annoying me when I looked at the footage after. And also the fact that I kept like rushing because I felt like I was probably bothering people who were living around or trying to sleep or something like that. So I was kind of rushing it and I feel like it was affecting my delivery and I kept messing up my lines. Alright, so you want to know how to make $1 million. Not $1 million, come on. But first you have to promise me not to tell anyone. First you have to promise me not to God dang. If you start telling everybody, then everybody's gonna start making... fuck. If everybody starts to use this hack, the banks and the bank... Alright, so now there's... Before... I'll do it. I'll show you how. But first... voice right now. There are 3 things that you need to know. First, I forgot. There are 3 things that you need to know. First, this. I f***ed it up again. This only works in Vietnam. Second thing. Third. So yeah, as you can see, I just kept stumbling and redoing it and redoing it. I shot so many takes and it just kept getting worse and worse. And then when I saw that on top of it, the footage was going in and out of focus, so I just decided to shoot the intro once again at a different location. And even there, I still messed up quite a bit. Alright, so you want to be... There are 3 things that you need to know. Number 1, you have to make sure. And then it was time to move on to the ATM part. I wanted to find like an ATM on a small, dark, quiet street to keep the same creepy atmosphere. So when I finally found the perfect ATM, it was already quite late in the night. So I tried to really like kind of shoot everything before dawn. But this happened. If I get caught, the consequences could be dramatic as f***. So I really recommend you to be swift if you try this hack. Weird, right? there was like a huge tree right next to the ATM, and it just started buzzing all of a sudden, like really, really loud. So I think like the whole tree was probably full of cicadas or some other buzzing bugs, but it was so loud I could barely hear myself think. And because it started in the middle, is like the first half of that scene has a good sound, and suddenly there's like a huge buzzing sound. I can't imagine myself living on that street or next to that tree. I mean, if every morning it's like that, there's like a huge choir of bugs like buzzing just before sunrise. That must be hell. Then came the part that was probably the funniest to shoot. It was to get local vendors to refuse my 1,000 dong bill. And while they would normally refuse it anyways, because you really can't buy anything with 1,000 dong, but it was to get them to refuse it and say no to the camera. So I had to kind of try to explain it in different ways to get them to like refuse it, because normally like it wouldn't happen. Like nobody would try to pay them with 1,000 when the price is like 50,000 or something like that. And with the language barrier, it just led to some confusion and some quite funny moments.
No, you're supposed to say no. No, you say no. No? Oh, you say no. Yeah. No. Like this, okay.
This lady was super sweet. This was my regular spot to go get bún chả when I lived in Hanoi. And even though she couldn't speak a word of English, she was a real trooper. She kept trying to figure out what I was trying to get and what I needed. And she kept trying like different ways. It was cute and funny at the same time. And then there was the gas station.
Why did she take it?
This was cracking me up so much. She kept taking the 1,000 dong bill. Like she kept saying no, but she would still take the bill. Like why do you even take it if you don't want it? So we went through a few takes, and it really cracked me up every time. We finally got the right shot before like people behind me were getting too impatient because they were waiting to get gas. Honestly, I really love like those little kind of communication and direction challenges. It really makes those types of scripted video projects exciting to make. And then came the baller part. So for this shot, I went to a bar near my place because I wanted to find like an interesting background, and I also needed to find like someone to hold the camera because the super slow motion mode on my camera only lasts a few seconds. So I can't just set up and start recording and then go in front of the camera because the recording limit is too short. But shooting in bars equals to drunk people. So while I knew exactly what was the shot I needed, what I wanted, some drunk girl came over and she was really insistent on having me throwing money at her butt while she's twerking. I tried to explain to her multiple times that it wouldn't make much sense in the video that I was trying to make, but she wouldn't hear any of it. So I just decided to like just shoot it so I can move on and then do the shot I really want. So there you go, miss. You made it to the video. Well, to a video anyways. And then came another drunk who just kept telling me how I should do it. That he knew better than me, and even that he should be the one in the shot instead of me. Even though it makes no sense whatsoever in the video that I was trying to shoot. But I just went with it because, you know, when is it ever successful to argue with a drunk? So when he got in front of the camera, I explained to him that this was only a few seconds, so it had to be quick. He couldn't start moving around, and he couldn't come closer to the camera because of the focus. And this is what I got. Yeah. So so I told him he did great, that was perfect, that I didn't need anything else, and I just went on with the shots that I wanted to get. And by the way, I didn't know any of those two people, so if ever you happen to recognize the twerking lady or the mustache guy, or if you recognize yourself in this video, hit me up and let's grab a beer next time I'm in Hanoi. Yeah. So that's it. I hope you found this video entertaining. I mean, I don't have too many behind the scenes moments when I shoot regular vlogs, but I like to shoot more scripted and conceptual videos from time to time. So let me know in the comment section below if you find this kind of behind the scenes breakdown slash bloopers interesting, and if you'd like to see more of those from time to time. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you in the next video.